Hi everyone, this is Joyce Twing again, and this video is the second in the series that I'm making for faculty who don't have a lot of experience or any experience at all with Canvas. And if you haven't listened to the first video, you should listen to that one before you listen to this one. And if you did listen to that one, you know that what we've looked at so far is how to add modules to a Canvas course, and then how to add files or videos that you want your students to be able to see. So these are things that you might do in a face-to-face class, but are now available here in the Canvas class. So what we're going to do in this video is look at the other side of the equation, which is how students are going to get information, get their work to you. And then in the third video, we'll look at how you can see that work and what you can do with it once they have put it here in the Canvas classroom. So it may help you to just think of this as a classroom, just like the classrooms on a campus, except this is an electronic classroom, but you can do many of the same things. There obviously are some things that you can't do, but there are many things that you can do. So we're going to look at how students are going to be able to give assignments to you. So remember, if we want something in a module, we're going to say add, and in this case we are going to add an assignment, because when we add an assignment, we are giving the students a placeholder to upload information to us, to submit information to us. So instead of putting it on our desk at the end of class, they actually upload it to the Canvas classroom. So because we haven't made any assignments yet, we're going to say it's a new assignment, and let's name it Homework 6. And we're going to add this to our module. Now, it's important to know that all we have done so far is just add a placeholder for an assignment. The way to make this valuable to the students, we're going to select the assignment. It's going to take us here, and it's going to say there's no content in this other than the title. And the way that we're going to put content into this assignment is we're going to say edit. And here in this rich text editor, which rich text editor means that you can do many of the same things here that you can do in Microsoft Word. You can bold and use italic and underline and all of those sorts of things. Plus you can do some other cool things in here. So let's assume that you want your students to watch a YouTube video and answer some questions. There are two ways that you can put the YouTube video in. If you want them to watch TED Talk, you can click here and look at TED Talks and put some TED Talks in. But if you want them to use a video that is just a video that you have selected on YouTube, you're going to say YouTube. And we'll search for something here. So I've already searched for leadership, so let's do that. So you'll type that in and you'll hit enter. And this will show you, and you should have probably selected your video ahead of time and kind of known how to put it in the search criteria here so that it would come up quickly. So let's say that this is the one that I want, and I've already looked at this, so I know I want it. All I have to do is say embed. And here it is. Now, if I want the students to answer some questions, I can ask them the questions. If I want them to watch it and write some reflections, I can do that. So whatever I want them to do, I will just type that here. Now, all of this here will be, some of this here will be used if you were putting this in a grade book. But remember, we're doing this the very easiest way possible right now. So you can put here, you know, how many points this is worth if you want to. If all you're doing is putting this on here for the students to see, you may not care about that, other than that they may want to know. It's assignment groups. This has to do with the grade book. So if we're not talking about the grade book right now, don't worry about this. It's fine. Coming down to here, we do want them to submit something. So we're going to click on this if we were using this to support a face class, which I do, we might say, student is going to submit this on paper. It's going to hand it to us in class. But perhaps we might not do that even if we were doing a face class. We might still want to have them put it on a canvas. But we're going to select, so again, we're going to click this arrow and we're going to say online. Then we have some options, and I'm going to show you the two options that you probably would be most likely to want them to do. So one would be a text entry. So let's look at that one first and see what that does. So we'll come down here. We don't need to worry about any of this other than the due date. You may want to put the due date on, or you should put the due date on, because this will put it on this Canvas calendar where the students can see it, and it will put it on their to-do list. And most of the students kind of know how this works, so it'll be useful for them if you put this due date in here. So let's say we're going to have this due on the 27th. We come down here and let's say we're going to have it due at midnight. The closest that Canvas lets us come is 11:59. Then we have to say done, and it will put the due date on the assignment. Then we're going to say save and publish. Now if we come back over here to our modules, we'll see that here it is still, but now it has content in it. We're going to add one more assignment, and then I'm going to show you what these look like from the student perspective. So we're going to add, and we could be adding other modules and putting these in other modules, but for the sake of doing this easily, we'll say that this is all for 1 week. So we'll say again, a new assignment. We'll say homework 7, add an item. All right, so here we have got in this module, which is the week March 23rd, we have got homework number 6, we've got homework number 7, we've got some instructions for something that we want them to look at, and we've got a video that we want them to watch. Now you might have far less than this, or you might have more than this, but remember, this is nothing but a homework shell right now. So we're going to click this again. It's going to bring us back here, and we're going to say edit. When we say edit in Canvas, it opens up a file or an assignment or whatever we've got on here that lets us work on it, is what it means. It lets us edit it. So now let's assume we're not going to have them watch another video. You've got some options here. If you already have a Word file that has instructions for a particular assignment, you can simply say, you can put that file on Canvas and say, see homework 7 instructions on Canvas file. Or you can paste the instructions right in here. You can type the instructions in here. You can put whatever you want in here. Or you can simply say, see the directions for assignment 7 file on Canvas. So come down here, and again, put your point value in here. This time, we're going to click this, and we're going to say that we want them still to do it online, so we don't want them to send it to us in the mail or anything like that. And this time we're going to say file uploads. And we're going to come down here and put our date in again. Now we might use the text box, which we picked before, if we had just a simple thing, watch the video, answer some questions, write a short reflection. But if we wanted them, for example, to write a paper about something, we might want them to do that in Word and then upload that Word document. And they can upload a PDF document, and I wouldn't encourage this, but they can take a picture of a piece of paper and upload a picture file. It's not going to be so easy for you to deal with, but they can do that. So coming down here, we'll pick our due date, and we'll assume this is a little bit longer, so we'll put this on April 4th, and we'll do a... You don't have to do midnight deadlines here. You can do any time you want for them to have to turn it in, and say done and save and publish. We'll come back here to our modules, and we've got our 2 homework assignments. Now I'm going to show you what they look like from the student view and what the students are going to do. One of the nice things about Canvas is that you can always look at the course, and you should look at the course from the student view just to be sure that everything is visible. If I had made all of these available, if I'd published all of these and had not published the module, when I come over here to student view, we wouldn't see anything there. So remember, it's really important to publish the module and everything in the module if you want them to see all of it. So we go to student view, and it looks similar to what we just saw. They don't have all the published information and all of that. So let's look at homework 6. And students kind of know how to do this. Most students kind of know how to use Canvas. There are a few who probably don't, but many of them do. So we're going to say submit assignment, which opens up to the student this text box. So here is where the student will write a reflection on the video or answer questions about the video or do whatever the teacher has asked them to do. All right, so, and they probably, hopefully, will have written more than this. And then they'll say submit assignment. And they'll get this notice up here that the assignment has been submitted. All right, now we're going to go back to our modules, and we're going to see how a file upload works. So assignment 7, and to say, remember we had said they need to submit a file here, so we're going to say submit assignment, choose a file. Now I have a demonstration, a file here on my desktop, so we'll pick that, and we'll say submit the assignment. And once again, the student gets the message that the assignment has been submitted, and they can resubmit it if they say, oh man, I submitted the wrong file or that kind of thing. So now I'm going to go back here, and we're going to leave student view and go back to faculty view. Okay, so that shows you how you give the students a place to give assignments to you, and it shows you how they do that. So you'll have a mind's eye picture of what they're seeing as well as what you are seeing. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can look at what the student has submitted, and you can decide how you want to grade what the student has submitted. So again, this is the end of video 2, and video 3 will look at how you can see what the students have submitted to you.